Good afternoon. I'm out. But I'm not just out. No. I'm out. Just climb up through there. You'll be fine. And then just down here. Just through this jungle. Then just up here. And then this way. We're not in there tonight. If we have a sudden storm, it's an option. Through this jungle. From there to my spot. Another drop down there. Happy days. This is room for the night. Well, that has massively overgrown in 5 days. That was a mission. Absolutely chomped me to pieces. Brambles everywhere. Right, I think it's time to get set up. So I've had to change things around a little bit because that wasn't quite doable. I shouldn't need a tarp. I've got one with me. So I've had to move just in case I do, because where I was before, it was not suitable for a tarp. So where I am here, I can quickly chuck one up if I need to. Hopefully not, eh? We'll see. The mozzies are having it. So I think it's time to get a brew on and then cook dinner. I have homemade lamb koftas tonight with a bit of spicy rice and a few beers. Time to chill out, eh? Get everything laid out. The old 35 litres a bit overflowing. Should have brought the bigger bag, but I was hoping to keep it compact. Right, just the stove, my normal Lixarder. I was tempted to bring the fire table, but it was trying to carry it in, you know, 'cause I knew this was a mission to get to. I thought, no, I'll keep it reasonably simple. He says. Reasonably level, it'll do. I brought some wood with me. And my shavings to get it going. But there's plenty of dead wood, sticks, twigs. There's a couple of dead trees that I downed, only thin things, but I wanted to clear them. They're not rotten, so they're pretty dry, so they'll be good to burn. I'll cut them up. I haven't even got my tools out. I've got a lot of stuff. 2 litres of water. There's my kettle. Sippy cup. Medium-sized cast iron skillet. Cook some dinner and some breakfast in that in the morning. So for breakfast, I've got oat pancakes with some bacon and an egg. Should get me going for the day, shouldn't it? There's my food. There's me beers. Tools. A couple of gnats. Wasps. Right, just going to finely chop these. Might do a couple of beefy feather sticks, but I'll get it going with this. Works a treat. Super. So I did a bit of woodwork in the garden, so I had to get the old plane out. So happy days. Fire lighting material. Nice bit of tinder. Right, that's fire prep done. Right, let's get it lit, eh? He says. Well, that worked a treat. Let's get the kettle on, eh? I'll have one brew, then it's time to open the beers. That's hot. If he thinks he's doing that all night, he's got another thing coming. That'll do. Bottle's quite full. If I let it do a rolling boil, it's going to boil over and it's going to put the fire out, and it's, you know, it's going to happen. It's happened before. Super. First brew done. I'm going to leave the lid off because I want it to cool down, because I am parched. And then what I do, gonna get dinner on now, and I'll have a beer with me dinner. Probably won't need it, but I'm going to put a bit of butter in it, bit of lube for the pan. Oh, smoke in the eyes. All right, nearly thawed out. As I said, I've got, looks a bit dodgy, homemade lamb koftas. Nearly said sheesh then. Uncle Ben's smoky barbecue rice. Not sure how it's going to cook in there, but the plan was the juices from that, maybe a little bit of butter, maybe even a little bit of water. Stick it in there, fry it around a bit, just heat it up. Yummy. That is smelling nice. It's only a recipe that I got offline. I can't remember where it was. Instagram maybe? You know, when they flash up and say, oh, this is how you make this. And so yeah, took a screenshot, gave it a go. It's not bad. There's something missing though. You know what I mean? It's nice, but there's something missing. But I don't know what it is. So I can't tell you what's in it because I ain't got a clue. It's just whatever there was on the ingredients went in it. But it just tastes like there's something missing, you know? Not sure, I might have to play about. But other than that, it's spot on as it is. You know, definitely wouldn't turn your nose up at it. Now that should be done. Well, it'll either stick or it'll cook. Well, I reckon that's dinner served. That smells good. Well, grub time. It's a bit warm, so I've had to put it on my chopping board. Bit of barbecue rice, lamb koftas, homemade. Get in my belly. I'm gonna stink tonight. That is not bad. Bit oily. Steady on, but it gives it flavour. The rice is completely different texture to when you do it in the microwave. It's a little bit softer and a bit mushier, you know, but it's nice. Impressed with that. I thought it was going to go terribly wrong. No, it is done all right. And the koftas, yummy. It don't take long to make. So find a recipe and give it a go. Definitely worth doing. Right, I'm going to finish this off, crack a beer open, and I'll bring you back with a bit of TV. Well, that's my belly fed. Chilling out now. Things are just starting to cool down. There was a nice breeze just now because I am still sweating. Just cut some wood up, put it by the fire, ready to go on. Feed the TV. Is a little bit warm. So a nice little breeze, just chilling out. Got a beer on the go. I've got one of Jeremy's Hawkstons. To be fair, this one is not as good as I was expecting. This is the IPA Nectar, the tropical fruit. I'm not as impressed as the, bit bland. Now his beers and lagers, on the other hand, and to be fair, the normal IPA that he does, they are really tasty. If you haven't tried them, give it a go. I'm not sponsored, but if you're listening, Jeremy, we could work something out. But no, they are really, really nice beers. Yeah, so I've ordered a case. I'm slowly getting through them. Well, not slowly, pretty quickly. But I thought I'd bring a couple of these with me. But I'm not as impressed. Still going down though. Beer number 2. Well, it's just gone a 8:15. Still a fair bit of light left, but it's way too warm. Should have kept my t-shirt on really, but it was absolutely dripping from the journey in. So I had to put this on because the old mozzies were proper biting. So it's up there in the tree, drying out. It's nearly dry, but I think within the next 20 minutes or so, I think the temperature is going to drop a little bit more. So I'll probably keep this on anyway, and I'll have that for the journey home or whatever. So yeah, it's nice and peaceful. There was a bit of shouting just, probably about 20 minutes ago. There was a footpath, probably about 150, 200 metres away. Couldn't make out what he was shouting. But it didn't sound like a dog. He's calling a dog back or something. He was just randomly shouting the same thing for quite a few minutes. I mean, it's not to worry. I mean, what's the chances of 2 raving lunatics out in the woods at the same time? Cheers. Nice. Fire's just ticking over. Still got about 8 solid, I don't know, 1.5 inch, 2-inch rounds ready to go on. But I think I'll leave that for dark o'clock, Don't want to use it all now and then when I need it I ain't got it, because I don't fancy chopping wood in the middle of the night. I thought I heard some more voices then. Yeah, I can hear some voices, but there's no, as you saw from the travel in, there's no direct route. It's 1 in 1,000 chance someone's going to stumble across this place. It took me ages to make my way through here last week. So I came here last week just for a chill out, just a bit of an explore. So I am sitting on top of a structure. It's about 140 to 150 years old. And believe it or not, like I say, I am actually on top with a huge tree like this growing on top of a concrete structure. No chance of heavy winds, and to be fair, all these trees are alive. There's no dead standing, and they've all stood the previous storms, so I've got absolutely no worries at all. No concerns about anything coming down. This tree here, I mean, I don't know what it is, but the configuration of the leaves look like it's some sort of maple. And as far as I'm aware, maple doesn't... Right, Mozzie. As far as I'm aware, maple doesn't drop limbs randomly. And there's none laying around anyway, so we'll be fine. Everything else is predominantly hawthorn, which is why the the wood's lasting quite a long time, it's quite hard. Gonna start losing light soon. So all I've got with me tonight, I know it was going to be warm, but I didn't think it was going to be this warm. So as I said, I have a tarp. I'm not going to put it up. It's in my bag if I need it, and I can quickly deploy it if needed. I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to check the weather anyway. I haven't done previously. We'll see. I don't think it's going to rain. So yeah, just a hammock. I've got the underquilt. I'll put that on anyway. My old One Tigress underquilt. And I've got the British Army light sleeping bag. Not the medium weight, the lightweight sleeping bag. That should be fine. You know, at the moment I am absolutely sweating in just like my walking trousers and this norgie. But once the sun goes down and it gets a bit dark, we'll see how cold it gets. I've got a hoodie, I've got a waterproof jacket, so if I'm desperate, I've got another couple of layers to put on my body, you know, the old core for warmth, but I'm not going to need it. Happy days. I'll bring you back when something happens. Well, it's 20 to 9. Chilling out. Halfway through my second second beer. Just chilling out, just listening. That bird's gonna get it. Nice. Hopefully, I'll hear a couple of owls tonight. There's quite a few in this area, or there used to be quite a few in this area. As you can see, let me tip you down a little bit. There's my drying rack. That's my t-shirt, nice and dry. Spin you round. The flames have died down now. But that is my TV. So like I say, I've got a fair bit of wood there. I've managed to gather a little bit more, done a bit more chopping. 20 to 9. Darkness is just about to hit. So I think I better get the sleeping bag out, although I'm feeling like I won't need it. Not even the bleeding sleeping bag, but I'm going to put it out anyway. I'll sort the water out, put the lid back on that. I've got the second bottle of water there, the brew cup. Do I, or do I not, leave the bag on the floor? There's no food in it, but do I fancy any mice biting holes in it? So at the moment I've got my reasonably clean pan hanging in the tree. That's going to be interesting in the morning with a nice bit of oat pancakes, tasting possibly of lamb kofta. My multi-purpose camera stand has my food hanging in it, so the Mickeys can't get it. Even got my chopping board. It's also my light stand, as you can see there. That's a very good light. I can't remember what it is, but it's the Woburn, I think it's the X4, something like that. But I'm also using it as a phone charger, because this phone is eating battery like nothing. So that is charging my phone when I'm not using it. Slight tour of camp. So that is my hammock setup between two hawthorns. No worries. The canopy is fairly dense, so I might see some stars. Hopefully that way should be roughly south-ish. So over there, I should get a bit of a sunrise over the cliffs, because I'm surrounded by cliffs here all the way along. So hopefully when it gets high enough, I'll be able to see it. So we're in a bit of a chalk pit. So it's a little bit dark. Scared the life out of Mr. Pigeon. Right, it is 9:05. It is a little bit dark, as you can see, but the fire is keeping us going. Get a bit of light. Right, that's it. Sleep system all sorted. One tigress underquilt all done. Lightweight sleeping bag in. Played about with the settings on the camera, so it's made it a little bit brighter. Hopefully it picks it up. Like I say, it's 9:10. I'm laying on the hammock at the moment. Everything's ready, but it's just too warm. Finishing my beer. Chuck another couple of logs on the TV. Hopefully have a peaceful night. I've heard some voices in the distance, which is a bit strange for this time of night in this area. So hopefully there's going to be no noise. Mozzies, I think the smoke's done its job. They've all sodded off. All good. Finish my beer. Catch some Z's. Morning, good morning. Big G's flip flop. Need me brew. Kettle's boiled. Good morning. Still too hot. Well, that was a warm night. So I've got the lightweight sleeping bag, but didn't even need that. That was unzipped and open. Even took this off. It was a warm one. Nice and peaceful. A couple of scurries around, but nothing major. No owls. A bit disappointing. There's no owls. All in all, not a bad night. Woke up quite a few times, but I do anyway. Good. Just watching the TV now. Let that burn down a little bit. And then let's get pancakes on, eh? Kind of a sunrise this morning. going to be too bright for the camera, but the sun is out. Clear the old throat, the old blurry camera. So yeah, the sun is out. That is my utility stand. Pot still in the tree. And the fire getting ready for breakfast. And the way in. And that was my bed last night. Still got my clothes rail up. Still got a bit of brew left. Let's drink that. That would have built some coals. Then get some breakfast on. Pancakes and bacon. I might even have a third brew. Might even have another one. So, pan holder worked pretty well. There's a fair few rodents about last night. I see a few mice this morning. So that's why I hung all my food up and the pan. Don't want any hantavirus here. That can stay on that ship. Give that a jiggle so I can liven that up a little bit. That should be ready to go then. Bit of lube in the pan. And this is my pancake mix. It's got everything in it. It's got some powdered milk. All I need to do now really is put an egg in it, put some water in it, give it a mix. She should be good to go. Hopefully. Shouldn't need much. That should be enough. Don't want it too watery. I ain't got any flour with me to thicken it up if I go too much. That should be enough. Now, do I do two or stick it all in for one? Stick it all in. It's going to be quite thick, that one, so take it off the heat and it should, heat from the pan should keep it, keep it cooking. A little bit more crispy than I'd liked, but it looks good. That'll do. Time for the bacon. Well, breakfast is served. That went pretty well. Bit crispy on the underneath. Turned it over so it looks better. Still tastes the same. Kettle's on for a second brew of the morning. Unfortunately, I lost the heat on the fire, so the pancake has gone a little bit cold, but it's still warm enough. Yeah, that's nice. Definitely fill a gap anyway. I'll bring you back when I've munched. That was yummy. Gonna have to check myself when I get home. I've just found my first tick of the year crawling up my leg. I have to have a look. Right, kettle has boiled. Let's get a brew on. Get that drunk while chilling out. Pack up the rest and then head out. All good. Well, I've powered the TV back up. That'll be the last burn. Once that's out, I'll pack it away. The sun is right behind me, so it could get a bit blurry. Last brew of the morning, at camp anyway. It's a bit hot. Not bad. So yeah, first solo wild camp, if you like. Not bad at all, really. Nice and peaceful. Could have done with a bit more sleep, but it was stupidly warm last night. So humid. You know, I was worried about whether to bring the medium weight sleeping bag. I thought, no, it should be alright. Lightweight sleeping bag. I've got a little bit of clothing I can stick over the top and have it as a blanket or whatever. Didn't even need that. Madness. All good. It's going to be a scorcher this weekend. I mean, roll the clocks back a week and we was having frosts. So I'm just watching two mice. They're herding now. Yeah, roll the clocks back a week and we was having frosts, and now, you know, they reckon bank holiday Monday it's going to be like 30 degrees. Nice. Get the barbecue out, eh? Well, that's everything squared away. I'll pick that up on the way out. That's not mine. That's some old time rubbish. There's my monster pack. That is where the fire was. I have the fire standing on some bricks because of the ground conditions. And that's roughly where the hammock was. Squashed ivy, warm sunshine, quite a good spot. I think I'll return. Well, that's done. I'm heading back. Gonna get a brew and a shower. Happy days. I'll speak to you next time. Later.